Hey everyone, welcome to part 1 of my damage series. This is going to be an 8-part series, I believe. Part 1 here is going to be about army damage, and all of the other parts will be about the rest of the damage. So, infantry, cavalry, bowman damage, and then I'm going to go into army damage received, infantry, cavalry, and bowman damage received. And I wanted to split it up like this so it's easily referenceable and not as long. So let's go into army damage. Now, I believe my army damage is maxed out. I think 152 is the highest that I've seen. If I'm wrong, please correct me and let me know. But we'll go through the different components that make up army damage, and there are 7 different components. So to start, we're going to go to pretty much the only non-changeable army damage factor, and that is the trap factory. You go to prestige here, and I don't have this maxed, and that's fine because army damage is actually maxed at level 30, and it maxes out at 28.5. So the next one, we'll go to our equipment, armory. So if you go over to your equipment and then it pops up benefits, you go to bonus benefits and you scroll down. You'll see here the Smith's Mark, and most of you probably know this, but the Smith's Mark gives you extra benefits for having a full set of Smith Mark equipment. So you're like gathering gear and training gear, that doesn't count toward Smith's Mark. But this will give you 67.5% army damage. Next, we will go to heroes and your covenant. You can get an extra 30% army damage by having the either one of King Lot and Dindrain and Kiara and Brutus in your covenant. The next component can be found in your spirit chamber and then dragon spirits. The next component can be found in the spirit chamber. Go to dragon spirit and then talent points. Now you'll have to put pretty much all of your points on mage, and I think you need like 86 or 87 points in order to get max army damage. But if you scroll over, the first one here gives you 2.5%, and then the last one gives you 2.5%, so a total of 5% army damage from the dragon spirit. The next component is going to be found in the undead trader. So to find it, go to Alchemist Corner, scroll over, undead trader, and that's going to be your accolade, the temporary accolade troops. That'll give you 10% army damage. You have to activate the accolade, but you don't have to wear it. So once it's activated, you get that 10%, even if you're not wearing it. The next component is your dragon level. So you go to dragon, nurture, and then evolve. And my dragon is level 8, so that's current maxed out level. So I get 6% army damage from there. Now, if you are level 6, you get plus 1%. And if you're level 7, you get plus 3%, I believe. The last component for army damage is draconic. So you go back to your dragon. And this one can fluctuate. So this is dependent on whether or not your draconic element is higher than your opponent. So if your draconic element is not higher, you won't get the benefit. But if it is, you go to combat and then you go to this skill, Draconic Awe, and if it says if your total element is greater than or equal to your enemy's total element, you get +5 army damage. So I will just show you an example of that last piece. So this one is where my draconic element was higher than my opponent. Oops. And so I have 152. That's maxed out army damage. But if you go to my losses, okay, so this opponent, my draconic element is less than theirs. So scroll down to army damage, and theirs is at 152, mine is at 147. So there's that loss of army damage there. The last place that you can get a army damage boost is from Excalibur. So basically when you're king, you would go to the king profile and go to the Excalibur. Scroll down and there's your +5 army damage boost. So that would be a total of 157 army damage if you were king and had everything else maxed out. I hope this video helps in figuring out why you may or may not have as much army damage as someone else, and hope it helps you get max army damage.
King of Avalon, play now.